So, hi there everybody. Time for me to comment on your comments. And we're going to start with Alan Washid. Oh, before we start, notice the clocks have changed here in Europe. I've changed the time of the live stream. Well, it depends if your clocks have changed or not. If your clocks haven't changed, then it's exactly the same time as usual. So I believe in India, for example, the clocks don't change. Okay, you're going to have to check. Okay, it's at 7 p.m. UK time. Previously, it's been at 6 UK time, but well, that's the same as if you look at the position of the Earth. Okay, so let's start with Alan. Alan, day and night I wait for your videos with alacrity. Okay, good English, alacrity, being keen to do something. Hi Quarenta, great to see you. And 40 love, peckish, mildly hungry. I'm feeling peckish, I'm hungry. I would like something to eat. In the USA, peckish also means bad-tempered. Formality, 3.5. Okay, great 40 love, thank you. And Ernest, great to see you, and I'm glad it was helpful. So, Traverse and Mannequin, he importuned this lady for money. Late night calls are importuning from debt collectors. Woof. And she importuned me for my number. I don't like to importune people. The police officer importuned me. Debt collectors importuned the people. Good English. Well done, Mannequin. And okay, I think these are the same set. Yeah, he importuned this lady for money, etc. Okay. So let's see. And Alan, okay, you're putting the times where I actually answer your things. Great to see you, Alan. My pleasure. Your explanation was so coherent. Thanks, Alan. And Mr. Music, verb, traverse, cut off, cut off, disconnect, break, cut out, sever. Cross, voyage, traverse, navigate, overpass, pull through, traverse, loan, lend, second, borrow, transfer. Wow, that's a huge lot. Well done, Mr. Music. Thank you. And I definitely need to give you a piece of appreciation. And music for me. Thank you, Mr. Music. I shall listen later if I get time. Today's been a busy day. The change of the clocks has left me a little bit disconcerted. So, great. Thank you for all those, Mr. Music. And Aditi, lovely. Great to see you. Life is a journey wherein ideas keep on traversing the pessimistic and optimistic zone. Many a time the efficacy of the decision-making process due to this traversing of thoughts ends up in man's taking a stopgap measure instead of a concrete solution. Let me try that again. Life is a journey wherein ideas keep on traversing the pessimistic and optimistic zone. Good English. Many a time the efficacy of the decision-making, I would add the word process, the decision-making process, due to this traversing of thoughts, ends up in man's taking a stopgap solution. So I would probably say ends up in man's taking a stopgap measure instead of a concrete solution. It's a really good one. Yeah, I like it. I agree with you, Nitu. Thank you. Yes, definitely. Well done, Aditi. And drivel. What about absurdity, gibberish, baloney, poppycock, twaddle? So drivel, gibberish, baloney. So let's see. Firstly, gibberish is something that you just can't understand. If somebody's gibbering, they're talking really rapidly, and you don't really you can't make out the words that they're saying. So if something's gibberish, you can't understand it. Whereas baloney, very American, this is just rubbish. Yeah, but you can understand the words, you just can't understand the meaning. Poppycock. Poppycock's much, much more British. And again, you can understand the words, but it's just not true. Yeah. I think baloney means it doesn't make a lot of sense. Poppycock, you're saying it's wrong. And twaddle, again, you understand the words, but it's just a load of rubbish. It's not correct. Yeah. What you're saying is twaddle. It's wrong. It's poppycock. It's wrong. It's baloney. It's wrong. It's gibberish. It doesn't make sense. And an absurdity. I think an absurdity is like baloney, poppycock and twaddle, is more formal. Notice gibberish. So no, gibberish is so absurdity 6 in formality, gibberish 5, baloney, poppycock, twaddle 3.5 in formality. So I hope that's helped, Alan and Manny. To traverse a bridge, to cross. To go through a bridge, not through, to go across a bridge, to go along a bridge, but very definitely Manny. And 40 Love, hi. Droll, funny, humorous, especially when there is something unusual in it. Sounds very posh. Oh, how droll. He made a terribly droll remark last night. The comedian had a droll sense of humour. Very good. From the French word drôle, ending in E, meaning funny. And Mr. Music, my pleasure, thank you. And, Mr. Music again. It's very easy for Russian forces to traverse the Ukraine in minutes. Maybe. Okay, and, this needs to reload. Definitely a day of problematic things. Hardening, deepening, deep resentment, yes, smouldering, burning under the surface, simmering, something like that. Okay, and Fluke again. Hi, Fluke. That is the most unabashedly toffee-nosed ignoramus I've ever met since uni, I observed with a hint of awe. I love this. Unabashedly toffee-nosed ignoramus. That's really good. I love it, Fluke. And Rodney, great to see you. The tenacious memories of his uncle's ''s last words before his untimely passing stuck tenaciously in his mind, galvanizing him, good you've used galvanizing, to achieve the highest heights despite all of the series of unfortunate events in his life. Good English of his uncles. Good work, Rodney. And great to see you, Douglas Russ. And Mr. Music again, thank you. I shall listen later. And Riseat Alcorn. Riseat Alcorn. Very good. Thank you. Cheers. Okay, an Englishman in Dublin, one of those jokes. And Mohammed, great to see you. Whistleblower. I don't know if it's something good or bad, but if I were in a situation where I'm supposed to be a whistleblower, I'd think over and over before ratting on someone else's mistakes to some other people who are in positions of power. That's the problem. That's the problem with being a whistleblower. Yeah, what you're saying is true, but you could get in terrible trouble for it. Did you ever see the film Erin Brockovich? It's a very good film about a whistleblower. And Diego Mendez. Desiderata for a person should be honesty, resolve and compassion. Great work, Diego. I love it. And VG, much appreciated. And these books encouraged me to hit the books. Very good. A lovely one, 40. And great to see you, VG. Yes, be who you are. And Diego, he was abashed over his art presentation. Good English, Diego. Never mind, meaning let alone. Thanks. That was Javi, wasn't it? It reminds me of a Sex Pistol, the title of the Sex Pistols album. And Douglas Russ, great to see you, Douglas. Thank you. And Cuarenta, you're the best professor I've had so far. Good English, good tenses have had. Good English, Cuarenta. And Sergio, thank you, Sergio. You're a great teacher. I'm glad you think so. And Fluke, hi Fluke. I traversed the bridge which traversed the gorge in which the river was situated. Good English. And Alan, what's the difference between a silver lining and a blessing in disguise? Okay, let's see. I think they're probably very similar. A silver lining is something good that is associated with something bad that happens. Yeah? So something bad might happen, but something good also happens. The blessing in disguise means that something happened and we all thought it was bad. But in reality, it wasn't bad, it was good, because this sort of reminds me of the cone about a farmer who's he's got a horse and the horse runs away, and all his neighbours say, "What bad luck," and the farmer says, "Maybe, maybe." And then the next day the horse comes back with 3 other wild horses, and the farmer says, well, the neighbours come and they say, "Wow, what good luck, 1 horse and then now you've got 3." So it was a blessing in disguise that the horse ran away. We thought it was bad, but in the end it turned out to be good. Yeah, this is not necessarily a silver lining. Yeah. Anyway, the story goes on that the next day the farmer's son tries to ride the horse, and he breaks his leg. And the son's got a broken leg, and the neighbours come and say, what bad luck you've had. That's really bad luck about your son. Anyway, a week later the army turn up recruiting soldiers, and they take all of the young men in the village. Well, they draft them, it's not voluntary, and they leave the man's son behind because he's got a broken leg. And this actually goes to show that if things are good or bad, it depends on the situation. Yeah. You see, maybe a silver lining could be that that year the farmer had a very good harvest. So, Alan, they're very close, but slightly different in nuance. And Saguaro, hi Saguaro, the way you teach by reiterating the same sentence, like abashed, to feel ashamed, embarrassed, it really does help for a word to sink in completely. Let's see, one of the important things I think in teaching is repeat until people have got it. Yeah, thank you, Saguaro. I like it. And so Sonia, great to see you. What adjective has the meaning of very, meaning a person tries to speak too perfectly? But I knew it, but I completely forgot it. I've been looking it up, but so far, to me it definitely sounds like over something. Maybe over cautious, over careful, finicky, pernickety. I'm not sure. If there are any other good ideas out there, please would you suggest them. Roland, great to see you. Wow. No one can deny the fact that education has been the quintessential pillar of our society since the dawn of time. Good. I might say a quintessential pillar, but the is valid. However, when it comes to deciding whether examination should be abolished, reformed, or left intact. Know them because you've already got examinations. Examinations should be left intact. Definitely divide us. So this definitely divides us. However, when it comes to deciding whether they should be is a subject that definitely divides us. Some people straddle many sides of this long-running argument and juxtapose different teaching methods in a sensible way. Classroom examination has been part and parcel of the edifice of the system, the Western educational system. Making judgment about students in relation to an annual or monthly test could belie pupils' frantic effort. Okay. No matter how hard a student learns the entire year and how much frantic effort they make, they are bound to fail if they cannot take the heavy strain of the examinations. A bad outcome can be a shameful blemish for someone who studied diligently, the entire time, but they became overtly anxious during the big day. Yes, I might say on the big day. Students have different strengths and weaknesses. Their standardized tests overlook this fact, and to make matters worse, they have to do their examination in a small amount of time, which is inherently stressful. The opponents of exams generally suggest alternative methods to measure students' aptitude, which the die-hard renowned experts consider methods, and the diehards consider these methods, which the die-hard renowned experts consider as heresy. Having said that, others vehemently believe that an exam is a necessary evil. Every layer of our lives have been permeated with competitiveness. Education is no exception. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Good essay, Roland. This is going to pass a C2. This is a good essay. Good work. A few minor mistakes, but very nicely written. And Sarah Yulia, your English is so clear. I hear all the words you said in your sentence very well. Yeah, this needs to go at the end. I hear all the words you said in your sentence. I think in your sentences really well. Thank you, Julia. Oh, sorry, Sarah Julia. Great to see you. And Giliola. It was all quiet in her life. Everything flowed in perfect balance. One day everything changed, and a creeping thought began to importune her mind, and life suddenly mutated. Thanks. Well said. Good English. Well done, Giliola. I love it. Good English. And I sensed his judgment traversing me as if a sword were penetrating me. Oh, that's lovely as well. Very literary. Good work, Giliola. And good morning, 40. Great to see you. And Static. I always love and appreciate John Williams' codas and crescendos, especially in the final musical piece of the movie E.T., The Extraterrestrial. It's a good sentence, Static. Well done. And 40 says he loves it. A hear from Manji. And awesome sentence. Thanks for teaching me a new word, crescendo, rising to a crescendo. Great work, Static. And what about silly, dumb, foolish, unwise, ridiculous, absurd, ludicrous? So, well, daft. Something that's silly. Yeah, it's not very logical. It's mildly stupid. Yeah, this is a silly idea. Silly is not very strong. Yeah? Dumb. Dumb is a word meaning stupid, although be careful with this word dumb, because it also means someone who can't speak, and dumb is not politically correct nowadays. Yeah, because people who can't speak are not stupid. Yeah, okay. Foolish. Foolish. I think foolish is not very strong, again, like silly. Yeah. It's going, if something is silly or foolish, it's going to get you in trouble. I think something that's silly could also be maybe mildly funny, but something that's foolish, not a very clever thing to do. Unwise. Okay, not logically good. Technically, it means you're going to get in trouble if you do it. But very often we use this word unwise to mean I think it's a really bad idea. I think it would be unwise of you to go to the party. Reading between the lines, you'd be an idiot to go to the party. Okay, so unwise is a polite way to say something stronger. Ridiculous. Okay, something that's ridiculous. It makes you laugh because it's so illogical or so dumb or silly. Ridiculous is a lot stronger than foolish. Yeah. Absurd. Absurd means it has no logic to it. Yeah, an absolutely absurd idea. This is a much stronger word. And ludicrous. Ludicrous is very similar to ridiculous. Again, ludicrous is very strong. So, silly, dumb, foolish, quite weak. Unwise, I think I would give it a medium. And ridiculous, absurd, ludicrous, say very strong. I hope that's helped, Alan. And Ali Shir Ansari. Newcastle is famous for its industry. Yes, Newcastle is famous for its industry nowadays, very definitely. And Aditi, great to see you. The film I watched last night had ideas that traversed the post-independence era. The film is a historical masterpiece, and the coda perspicaciously exemplified the struggle for independence. Great writing. I love it. Thank you, Aditi. And Manji's appreciated this as well. Yes, Manji, it's great that you're reading this because Aditi can write very well. Yeah, a new person to among your ranks, and it's a pleasure. Yes, well done both of you. And 40. When I was watching the movie Nirja, little did I know that the film was the stuff of real events. Oh, I love this, was the stuff of real events, until I watched the coda to the film. The movie hinges upon a 23-year-old model and air hostess by the namesake. Okay. The movie hinges upon a 23-year-old model and air hostess whose namesake sacrificed her life while saving passengers from the terrorists. She hid some American passports to ensure the safety of the American passengers, as they wanted to kill the American passengers. When they opened fire on the passengers, she ran to open the door. She could have escaped, but she helped passengers get off the plane, and while doing so, she ended up being gunned down. It happened on Pan Am 73 in 1986. I recommend that you watch the film. Very, very good writing, 40. And Manji says, wow, yes, it's a very good work by 40, isn't it? And thanks. And 40 says, apparently one of the kids who she was shielding when she was shot dead grew up to become a pilot, and he considers Nirja to be his inspiration. And Manji says she watched the film. So, a good recommendation. And Nirja. And here we go. Static. Hi, Static. Great to see you. The coda of the universe is shrouded in mystery, although there are some well-educated conjectures of what might happen. Yeah, the ending, how it works out. The most probable is the heat death, big freeze scenario, in which the universe will continue expanding and coasting long after the stellar cinders and remnants blink out. This is the universe increasing to infinity and there just being nothing left. There will be nothing but an inky black expanding void with virtual particles popping into and out of existence in perpetuity. I love it, Static, and you know that this is one of my subjects, one of the things I like. So, fossil phosphorus deficient. A legend on the air, thank you. I rated a Slim Jim and 3 pixie sticks. Thank you, Fossil Phosphorus. And my pleasure, Alan. Yeah, you see, this is what it's to do. And Teodoro Wade. Son unos cuckoo girls. .1 los mejores conciertos. Mañas no se nueve. No nueve se uno. I don't get this even in Spanish. Okay, maybe someone will explain it to me. And Amber, hi Amber. I really appreciate your explanations as you're showing practically with clear explanations, not just reading definitions which most other people do. Lots of positive vibe. Thank you, Amber. Thank you very much indeed. And Mortada, so fodder. Great to see you, Mortada. And Manji, hi Manji. Mozart and Beethoven, the two world-class virtuosi, I love that, rendered, lovely word, fantastic codas in their symphonies, triumphantly transforming the main theme into dramatic climax. I love it. Well done, Manji. And 40. You often appreciate others' sentences, but you deserve to be appreciated the most. Your sentences are the best. And this is typical Manji. You're far too kind, AK. What he's saying is true, Manji. Your sentences are absolutely great. I am nothing but a puny learner in this domain of knowledge where people like you never cease to fascinate me with your expertise. Credit where credit's due. And Static, thank you. You are definitely more articulate than me, and I'm a fluent native English speaker. So, look at that, Manji. Yes, it's probably true. I think many of the things that you write, Manji, most native speakers would have great difficulty writing. Much obliged, SB, for showing your magnanimity. Regards. Okay, you're a much greater person than you think you are, Manji. Okay, and short stories by O. Henry, namely The Gift of the Magi, The Last Leaf, After 20 Years, and so forth, are remarkable for their codas. Lovely example. And Daniel O'Brien. I think we got quite a lot of Daniel. As you can see my name, in the last year of high school in 1994, systems were infant, so I used a 3-letter opportunity to knight myself. Sir, A. Dan OBE, original batch edition, order of being eclectic. I will never know what reality would have led to if I'd chosen to be the Daniel O'Brien. A parallel universe would know. Okay, and I'm going to put my comment in here before watching Cult, because I have a situation and I've done research. The line between a cult and a religion is family. There might be other threads, but when that line is crossed, a religion becomes a cult, whatever its name was to start with. Cliques and established religions are still factional cults, and interests of the one or few at the expense of the values of the community. Cults are contaminated with contradictions, narcissist nests that turn charisma into an echo chamber of horror. Positive feedback loops. Systems will lose their truth. Negative feedback blocked. Another human Chernobyl on the block, now connected and disconnected behind their black mirror masks, hiding the husks empty within, no soul, no skin thin. Filter bubbles caused membranes in brains to go mutually and ritually insane. Embrace plan, give up names, lose identity, become an entity. I'm down with a cult, damn the damned evil cults. I used to drink Yakult. No, a cult is far closer to the opposite of eclectic. Once in, there is no one source of truth enforced with abuse. An eclectic approach is the complete reverse, an objection to that fifth of thought, nemesis not synonyms, enemy not similarity. I think our inevitable distributions are more circular Mobius in their nature. What are actually ends look similar to those standing in the middle. If they just stand, glance or stare, never ask questions, imagined assumptions into civilian disruption, communicate or conflict, that system doesn't yield or care. That's actually really good. That's a really good piece of rap, Daniel. I love it. So, very different. Thank you, Daniel. That wasn't easy for me. And Ronan says, great. And here we go. So, when is today's live stream? Okay, so let me just take this. And I'm going to, this comment I made earlier, it really messes me up. I hate it when they change the clocks. So when is today's live stream? Okay, so today's live stream, if your clocks haven't changed the same time as normal, if your clocks have changed, then it's going to be an hour later. Okay, I'm sorry about it. I find it really frustrating. And let me put this here as well for Ronan. Okay, I was late today as well, which doesn't help. Yes, Ronan's trying to put together a WhatsApp group. Once I get the name of the WhatsApp group, I will try and publish a link to join somewhere here. I'm asking people to WhatsApp me, but nobody did. So Qualenta says he's interested. Do tell me how to join it. Here. Okay, you're going to publish the number once again during today's stream, and I will ask Alex to announce it. Looking forward to it. Sounds great, looking forward to it. Okay, that sounds really good, Ronan. Yeah. Once the group is made and has a name, I can publish a link to join the group. Whoops, in capitals. I think. And Alan, what's the difference between mean, nasty, malicious, vindictive, cruel, wicked, sadistic, tactless, vengeful, malevolent? Okay, so firstly, in British English, mean means not generous. Yeah, in American English they use mean to mean unpleasant, aggressive, not a nice person. Nasty. I think nasty I would use as a British one. Something that's nasty, it's not pleasant, it's not nice. If something is malicious, it has the intention to hurt people. Yeah? Malicious gossip. Yeah, where you talk about people with the intention of hurting them. So something that's malicious is something mean and nasty with bad intentions. Vindictive talks about taking revenge. Yeah, vindictive and malicious are very close to each other. Yeah, if something's vindictive, it wants to hurt. Something that's cruel is something that is trying to make something as painful as possible. It's being mean and nasty with the aim of causing suffering, particularly physical suffering, but could be mental suffering as well. Wicked. Wicked talks about the difference between right and wrong. If something is wicked, it's mean, nasty, maybe cruel, but is also morally wrong. Yeah? Something wicked, it's talking about morality. Sadistic. Sadistic is very like being cruel. If somebody is sadistic, they take pleasure from hurting other people. Yeah, so being sadistic is being cruel and taking enjoyment from being cruel. If you're tactless, this is much, much, much weaker. If you're tactless, you say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Yeah, and very probably tactless is a mistake. Yeah. I asked him how his grandmother was, and he said that she died last week. It was very tactless. Yeah, it's saying the wrong thing in the wrong situation. Vengeful, vengeful like vindictive, wanting revenge, wanting to hurt somebody in revenge for what they've done to you. And malevolent. Malevolent's more an attitude. It's saying that your attitude is wants to hurt, wants to be mean, wants to be nasty. Yeah, his attitude was very malevolent. So malevolent is a state of mind. A malevolent action. Yes, I guess you could. A malicious action. Something trying to hurt and be cruel as well. So, there you go, Alan. And Abid, what's the difference between dick and penis? I don't think there is any difference. Dick is much more informal. Penis is more technical. Wow. Yeah. Informally, use the word dick, very definitely. Yeah. The doctor would say penis, not dick, but your friends would say dick, not penis. And Al-Razak. Aggravate is not the right answer, unfortunately. Sorry. Try again. Yeah. It was smouldering. It was burning in the background. Good morning, P. Great to see you. A, capital A, is comprised of 3 strokes, 2 of which form the structure of a teepee or wigwam, and a third, which is an arrow or wooden plank placed horizontally, traversing or transversing it in the centre. Very good indeed. Ooh, this is a different shape. This is much more angular than your normal things are. Yeah, I think normally these rounded curved shapes are much more relaxing, whereas angular shapes with the A's as well. Okay, yes, but this is echoing this A's exactly. Okay, very good, P. I love it. And Alan, thank you for this great explanation. What about tittle-tattle, gossip and prattle? Okay, so gossip is just 2 people talking. They're gossiping, and maybe they spread rumours about people, but they're just talking to each other. Tittle-tattle is specifically talking about other people, particularly saying bad things about them or telling the teacher what somebody else did. And yeah, so tittle-tattle to me has an overtone of saying bad things about people, and prattle is just to talk and talk and talk and talk. Stop prattling on and get to the centre of the subject. Notice tittle-tattle and prattle are both informal words. Gossip is completely neutral. And great, says Ronan. And okay, what time is today's live stream? 7 p.m. UK time, but check what time that is in your local time, please, all of you. And Ronan says best. And Sheed. Hi Sheed, great to see you. I wish media advertisements would stop. I wish they would stop importuning me like they do. They're too often interrupting the videos I'm watching, promoting their products. Yes, absolutely. Facebook is pernicious. I think I agree with you, Abid. Pernicious. Alan, what do you think of revere, adore, esteem, respect? So I think respect is neutral. Yeah, we need to show respect for each other, treat each other like human beings, let each other be what we are, and not to tell other people what to do, and to be respectful. Esteem, if you esteem someone, you have a good opinion of that person, and therefore you will naturally respect them. To be held in high esteem, to be highly respected, yeah, esteemed. People esteem him very highly. They think very well of him. To adore, this is to do with love. So he adores his dog, she adores her boyfriend. And to revere, this is like to worship like a god. Yeah, this is to esteem very highly. Revere as in to have reverence, to treat as a holy thing. Yeah, so somebody who's highly esteemed, we could say they are highly revered, but the origin of revere comes from reverence, religious reverence, treat as a holy object. And thanks a bunch, great to see you, VG. Okay, and can I use sturdy and steady to describe a person? Yes, so if somebody's sturdy, they're strong, yeah? His resolve was very sturdy. It was very strong. It didn't change. Somebody who's steady always continues at the same pace. They don't go fast. They don't go slowly. They just carry on and on at a steady, regular pace. A steady job. He's a steady person. He's not polar. He's not very angry one minute and very sad another. Yeah, and sturdy means strong, not liable to change. Good, Abid, I like the words. And VG, she memorized the entire piece, except for the coda. She's going to memorize it eventually, though. She's got to keep practicing over and over again. Good English, VG. And VG, the coda to the speech made the press importune him with a lot of pointed questions. Excellent sentence. I quite agree, Static. And VG's come a long way. VG, the teacher will get us to analyse the codas of many words to make sure we're pronouncing them correctly. Good English. When it comes to music, a coda is the last part of a pretty long piece of music that is added to finish it in a pleasant way, and it is said to be harder than the rest of the piece. What's your opinion on it? Good English again. She's a coda, so keep that in mind. Keep in mind that her main language is BSL, British Sign Language. Good. I hope this film wins the Oscars tonight, and then I'll get thousands of views on this video. That was why it's published today. I'm not a coder, but I do understand a bit of Auslan. Auslan, Australian Sign Language. Very good, VG. I'm waiting for the next one. Yes, it was very late today, but it's here now. And Alice, hi Alice, actually you can empathise without having personal experience with what the person is going through. I quite agree with you. You can empathise. You can feel, you can imagine what it's like going through that situation. So yes, I think you're right as well. Although these are two difficult words to define the difference. Patricia, lovely to see you. Next to the palisade of pink and lavender cherry trees was seated the little girl in a long white organdy dress. I love that word, organdy. So mesmerized was I by her waif-like brown almond eyes, her silken dark, heavy mantle of hair, her smiling mouth, like a comment hearted or a seashell whispering breezes of the sea, her slight willowy tender frame, her lithe and lissom limbs moving like soft smooth marble statues in the Louvre, that I ferreted out a sketchbook in my nimble and feverish haste, and proceeded to do a portrait of her fairy tale beauty forthwith, lest it disappear from my entrailed vision forever. That's a really, really lovely piece. Well written, P. That's really good. I love the way that holds together. There is nothing that I would do to change that at all. Great work. Great literary paragraph. Well done. And P. I'm delighted, caveat. I'm delighted to find this word here. It's often used nowadays. You're a gem, the dictionary, and the thesaurus. I like your tone of voice too. Sometimes it's very slow and soft and reassuring, like a girl's daddy. That's lovely. So I'm glad you liked it, P. And Schwetter. Great. Come with more videos. 2 every day, and more if you watch these as well. Okay. Manji. Thank you, sir. I was too late to correct the prepositions. My bad. That's okay. It comes up as it comes up. Prepositions are difficult, but Manji, your English is so good anyway. This is just the tiniest of mistake in, what, 1 comment in 10? That's very good. And Nitu. Hi, Nitu. Our world is currently going through a difficult phase. Many say the ongoing war is no less than the last 2 years our world endured. Many say the ongoing war is no less than the last 2 years our world will endure. Wish the world could purge some people or some countries of the world and traverse to a better harmonious world. Good English, Nitu. Quite a sad conclusion, but it's possible. And Nitu, I recently watched a TV series called The Spy, which is based on the true story of Israel's most prominent spy, Eli Cohen, who infiltrated the Syrian government in the 1960s. I saw this one too. The coda showed in the end says his wife, Nadia Cohen, is yet to receive her husband's death remains in their country. And at the same time, she's been running to get campaigns for them, campaigns to get them for over 60 years now. It's incredibly unfair. Yeah. Thank you, Nita. Very, very good English as well. And Sheed. I like jewelries. Normally jewelry is uncountable. I like jewellery with remarkable designs. A piece of jewellery. I like pieces of jewellery with remarkable designs. Like that piece, you can make it countable. Those which contain precious stones with some fancy patterns, particularly the ones having transverse lines embedded, inlaid with multiple diamonds. Inlaid with. Good English, Sheed. I love it. And yes, we're down to today's answer. Definitely. Prosaic, Aditi. You got it. And P. I have yet to get used to using this structure more often. Good. Okay, I have yet to do this. Yep, I have yet to. It's a good structure for you to get used to using. And Nigel. Hi, Nigel. Looks like the West Indies are going to thrash the Brits in the test. I'm concerned that the Ukrainian leader continues to importune the West to get directly involved in the fight against Russia. He knows that could become a global catastrophe. Very true. I hope it doesn't get to that, Nigel. So I'm refreshing this while I do. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and let's look at these few more comments. So let's see what we've got. I've been at it for nearly 50 minutes, so there'll probably be quite a few. And yes, wow, there are lots of them. Wow. And wow, look at that. Okay, so I saw the picture. I thought, this is VG. Samadvir Singh, thank you very much, sir. All the best to you. And Happy Bergner. That was a hard one, but these are fun. Good, I'm glad you like them, Happy. And Happy again. You see, look, same person, different things. That was a hard one, but these are fun. Good. And P. We have yet to find a channel with so much in-depth info dispensed in such a fun way, and where the main character sometimes has a dual personality. It's kind of scary. Yes, I have been accused of being schizophrenic at times. Great to see you, P. Thank you. Nigel. Parents' prejudices seep into their children. It's very true and very sad, Nigel. You're absolutely right. And P. Prosaic. Life has become so prosaic that I fall asleep while I'm walking. Very good. And Nigel. At first, migrants seeped across the border as individuals or family groups, but later they crossed by the trainload. Good English, Nigel. I've heard that if you eat too much garlic, its smell seeps through your skin. Well, you probably better smell me, because I think I eat more garlic than anyone I know. I use it like another vegetable. And Nigel. The dangerous Ukrainian president depicts Western leaders as sops, but if they join his war, it could spread across Europe and cross the Atlantic. That's a very good point, Nigel. P. Okay, that's why I put Quondam here. I was thinking about using Willem P, but I thought I can't use this one. Or if I use Willem or Wylam, people will say, we really need to go to the pub, William. Is surely there. And if I use Quondam, people will sing, tell me when you will be mine. Tell me cuando, condom. Okay, you're joking about my choice of words. I love it, Pete. Thank you. And Ben Hahn. Nothing special, boring, banal, trite, prosaic. Exactly, Ben. And prosaic. I edited my comment because I had a typo. Okay, great to see you. Well done, VG. You made a video on prosaic some time ago. I normally try to make these with answers that I have a video on. That's a clue for you, VG. And Montespan, great to see you. Her inevitably rather prosaic view to the world might touch some contentious issues. Nevertheless, her alter ego dreams of a hedonist, if not Epicurean gardens. Nevertheless, her alter ego dreams of a hedonistic, if not an Epicurean, gardens renaissance and a new humanistic dawn, referring to Granada's golden era before the Reconquista. Okay, Granada used to be a Muslim city, and it was a fantastic place, a mixing of cultures, very sophisticated, very advanced in the arts. And then the Christians took it, and well, things changed a lot, shall we say. Thank you, Montespan. Jeremiah, I could have been a contender, said the boxer from Long Island. Very good. I love it, Jeremiah. The adjective prosaic means something that lacks, has no interest, imagination, creativity, vision and excitement. Basically something that is dull, boring, unimaginative, uninspired, uninteresting, insipid. Very good, VG. And the story he told us was so prosaic, uninteresting, unimaginative and mundane, boring, uninteresting, that I fell asleep while he was talking. Good, VG. Thanks for watching Coda, Douglas. prosaic and mundane have similar meanings. So I guess you've used the two in the same sentence to give us more extra emphasis. Yes, originally I hadn't, and I thought I'm going to put mundane here because it's going to make clearer the exact meaning I'm looking for. And P. The neighbour is such a wit and a harpy. She has neither a modicum of common sense nor of soupçon, a little bit of sweetness, and is more than a smidgen shrewish. I'm sorry she gives you such a hard time, P. Let's just have another little refresh, but I think this is probably the end of this one. And remember to check the times of the live stream tonight. I messed up in several different ways, and Dommy's gone for number 2, which is I can't even remember the word now. Prosaic. Thank you, VG. So bye for now.